6 months ago, I did my first film festival, the 48 Hour Project. The 48 is unlike any other film festival in that it's not really a test of your skills, it's more a test of your sanity. At 7 o'clock, you get 2 genres, a character, a line, and a prop. You then have the next 48 hours to make a 4 to 7 minute short film. It's a hard task to manage, but the reward of winning is huge. You could potentially be screened at Cannes Film Festival, one of the most prestigious film festivals in the world. I did the 48 with my sister and dad, and with 3 hours of sleep, we turned in our film, Homeschool Class President. After a couple of days, the judges decided ours was good enough to go to the Best of the Fest, and we were fortunate enough to be nominated for 6 awards and get runners-up. I was really satisfied with our performance, but I always wondered what would have happened had we gotten first. Then, a couple of months later, an email came. The 48 was inviting everyone who got first, second, or third place to come back for their World Film Challenge. And me and my family decided, why not? This World Film Challenge was pretty much the same as last time. The only difference is there was also a theme that they added. We got Eric Drafting, Flooring Specialist, Medicine, I've Got to Be Going, Road Film / Romance, and Helping a Stranger. After we got all of our criteria, we ran to our diner and we started brainstorming ideas. We probably came up with like 15 ideas, but these were the 3 main ones that we settled down upon. Idea 1. A flooring specialist helps a lady stuck at home go on an at-home road trip, bringing the 2 together. Idea 2. After severely injuring herself, a medical professional is driven to a hospital by a stranger, all while discovering truths about herself and falling in love. Idea 3. Hoping to propose to his girlfriend, a man meets her family for the first time and is drawn into an unusual tradition. We liked the first 2 ideas, but we thought that they weren't funny enough, and we like to do comedy, so we decided on the 3rd. At 11:48, we got home and started writing. And like a complete idiot, I snowboarded and rock climbed the day before, so I was completely exhausted. I took a nap, and my dad and sister took the reins on the first draft. For the rest of the night, we alternated who was writing and who was sleeping until 1 in the next morning when we printed off our first draft. As we waited for our main actor to show up, we decided to split. My sister did costumes, my dad did set design, he was making the sets, and I did the shot list. When we did finally start filming, it was a race against the sun and the cold to see if we could get all of our shots. Fortunately, even though we only got like 5 shots, it was enough to make sense in the edit. Once we got back, we filmed through the night. Any spare moment I could get, I would edit and import. And we continued to do this process until about 6 in the morning when we all just crashed. My sister stayed up editing and everyone else rested. She would wake me up in 2 hours so she could get some rest too. Filming is one of my favorite things in the world, but it is exhausting. You're constantly moving sets around, setting up lights, and solving problems. Not to mention, we all acted in this film and we had to rehearse and memorize all of our lines. Because of all of this, when my sister eventually did wake me up, I completely crashed. I woke up like unconscious, in an unconscious state, and I could hardly walk, I could hardly stand. I wasn't making any coherent sentences. I was talking about a snowboarding foot or something. And I eventually did get to the shower, and I was just sitting in the shower, and I was probably in there for like 10 minutes before I finally like woke up. And then after that, for like the next 4 hours, I was in almost like a trance-like flow state where all I could think about was filming and completing this film.
Isaac, you went a little crazy just now.
I still feel a little crazy.
I asked you to come take a look at the clips, and you were like,
Consciousness is blending right
you're like, my foot.
At that point, I was like kind of questioning even doing any of this. I was like, why am I putting myself through this? But then it got nice out, and my mind was good again once it saw the sun. And so yeah, and then we kept editing for the rest of the day, and we got a couple more shots. We recorded a couple of songs with my dad for the music on the guitar, and then there was 10 minutes left, and we just finished our first draft of the edit, and we didn't even have time to watch it because we had to render. So we rendered out the clip, and
scared. Okay, just so you know, it's 7:23 and it's supposed to be in by 7:30, and this is our first
What if
time.
there's just like some terrible mess up?
This is her first time watching it.
We got it on time, thankfully, and then we did watch it again, and there was like totally mistakes in it, but it was a lot of fun. We did the math, and there only seems to be 48 teams participating, so there's like a 16% chance because the top 8 go to Cannes. It's just crazy that our little crappy film would even be anywhere near that place. I don't think we're gonna make it, but just the thought that it's like a pretty good chance it could happen is just crazy. So yeah, we can't show any of the footage right now until we find out who gets screened and who's the winner. So wish us luck. Once I can release it, I'll show you guys. But yeah, here's clips of Jake snowboarding to set.